was never intended to be permanent. We and our NATO allies were always going to withdraw our forces. The only question was when, and there could never be a perfect moment.
20 years after they were first sent there, the bulk of British troops have left Afghanistan.
Over the last 2 decades, 150,000 members of our armed forces have served in Afghanistan.
In the House of Commons, the Prime Minister paid tribute to all those who'd taken part in Ops Herrick and Toral and the 457 who never came home.
In the unforgiving desert of some of the world's harshest terrain and shoulder to shoulder with the Afghan security forces, our servicemen and women sought to bring development and stability. The House would join with me in commending their achievements.
Britain ended combat operations in Afghanistan in 2014. At the height of the conflict, nearly 10,000 UK personnel were based there. While the majority left, 750 troops remained, helping to train Afghan forces. But in April, the US announced it was pulling all of its remaining 2,500 troops out, their departure effectively ending the international mission.
As a result, all British troops assigned to NATO's mission in Afghanistan are now returning home. And for obvious reasons, I will not disclose the timetable of our departure, though I can tell the House that most of our personnel have already left.
The Prime Minister told MPs Britain's presence in Afghanistan had led to real and lasting change. More than 8 million more children are now in school than in 2001. And of those, nearly 4 million are girls. The Taliban had banned females from education. Alongside NATO allies, the UK military has helped train 5,000 members of the Afghan security forces, including 330 female recruits.
I hope that no one will leap to the false conclusion that the withdrawal of our forces somehow means the end of Britain's commitment to Afghanistan. We are not about to turn away, nor are we under any illusions about the perils of today's situation and what may lie ahead.
And what lies ahead could well be more violence. Across Afghanistan, the Taliban now control half the country, showing off US weapons captured from Afghan forces. And in the Commons, several MPs challenged the Prime Minister on Britain's decision to leave, among them Defence Committee Chairman and Afghan veteran Tobias Ellwood.
Decisions don't come any bigger for a Prime Minister than to send our armed forces to war. But when an overseas operation lasts 2 decades, costs hundreds of British lives, billions of pounds to the taxpayer, and ends in retreat, it would be a dereliction of duty not to ask what went so wrong.
If the Taliban take over and they take away the women's rights to education, do we intervene? If they take away the rights and freedoms that we gave them, do we intervene? If they end up killing and maiming more people in Afghanistan and allowing terrorist organizations in, do we intervene? My question is, as one veteran said to me literally 48 hours ago, this begins to look a little bit like the last days of Vietnam.
The Prime Minister once again rejected calls for a public inquiry into Afghanistan. Britain, he said, would be giving £100 million in aid on top of the £3 billion already spent. The UK would now assist the country through diplomacy and development. The role of Britain's armed forces now finished. Simon Newton, Forces News.